Hey, welcome to Cabin Fever from Westlake East. I've got head coach Mike Burget. Coach, welcome to the show. And you've had an interesting couple weeks, just kind of trying to figure out how the season's going to work. You've got a new schedule. What's it look like?
Well, we went east-west zone. We split our district up. We went with the Brownsville schools, Porter, Pace, Lopez, and Brownsville veterans. And Donna went with three McAllens and the Palmview. So, we start November 5th. We drew the bye week. Like we need a bye week. Uh, excuse me. Uh, Sorry about that. We got a bye week, October 29th. So then after that we have Pace at home, Porter away, Vets at home, and Lopez away. And then after those four games, we decide our seating on the west side. Of course, they're going to do that on the east side, and then we'll do a play-in week that the top two teams will play for first and second, and then second and third and second in each of our many districts will play each other to see who goes in for the third and fourth seed.
And so you will have four teams that make the playoffs.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out last night. I was talking to my friend Eddie Galindo from Pioneer, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But now it makes sense. What do you think this does? Because it's an abbreviated schedule. What do you think it does for the emphasis on these games? Does it make it more important that you actually handle your business before you get on the field?
There is no slipping up anymore. You can normally slip up, lose the game, and still maybe share the district title or whatever. If that's important, I've always say a run in the playoffs is a lot more important to me than a district title. But, for a district title, you can't slip up with four games. And, you know, uh, we're brand new to the district. So, we don't know many of these teams. We played Vets many years ago, and Porter and Pace, and Lopez. But, we haven't played them. We played the McAllen schools in the other little mini zone for years. But, we'll see how it goes. It's going to be very important to come out, and right now I have no scrimmages and I have no non-district games. We're going to concentrate on the district games. We're going to keep our kids as safe as possible. We're hoping the numbers go down and the state says, all right, let's play football. And I still want to keep our kids safe. Safety at Wesco East is the most important thing. It always has been for our kids. So we'll see. We might throw a non-district game in yet, but right now I just got four games. Our coaches are excited. Our kids are excited. They've been doing the best they can at the house, working out and stuff. And we'll see how it goes. But, we got a heck of a district.
And in regards to you know not having games to prepare yourself for district, why do you feel that's important right now, especially with what's happening around with baseball and stuff?
Well, I watch football, the NFL, and I watch basketball. That's going to do a bubble. Of course, that's impossible for high school to. I believe that safety comes first. We can we can actually get away with. We if you give this my staff 5 weeks to prepare for the first district game and we don't play anyone, we'll be fine. I got a great staff. They've proven that over the years. And we're going to hit each other in practice. So, maybe it ain't game like, but, sometimes our practice, our game like. So we're going to prepare that way. I wish that, it could be a normal year, but I don't think there's anything normal about the year 20. This has been crazy. We just had a hurricane blow through and a lot of our kids' houses are underwater and, it's been that kind of year. So, and I told the kids the other day when I met with them online, is I told them that we got a little bit riding on this year. We have 13 straight playoffs, and I believe the record in the Valley is 15 straight. So we're trying to get to that 15, but it seems to get harder and harder every year. And this year is going to be, at West Coast, we lift a lot of weights. When we left here, kids were very strong. And the 6 days that we got them back, they lost a lot. We got them back, and I told the kids, it's okay, we'll get it back. Well, you can bet that when we start September 28th, we'll be in the weight room more than we'll be on the football field. I really believe that kid that's in shape and is stronger than anyone else, can play football. These kids know how to play football. They've been through a pretty good system here at Wesco East growing up through the junior highs, through the freshman JV. So, it's just something that goes. And, a lot of coaches are starting to think, we're setting up a varsity season. Well, how about JV and freshmen? So, it's a lot more complicated than people think it is, putting all these together and trying to keep our kids as safe as possible. But, without no non-district games, football's football. We'll be ready first district game. I'll guarantee you that.
And I know you've got Coach Guzman in your office with you right now. For you two, and this will be our last question, what would it mean for you guys to get back on the field with your kids? I know it's been a while. Right about now, you didn't have any strength and conditioning really in the summer. You haven't been able to see them that much. What would it mean to you guys?
It meant a lot for those 6 days. Our coaches were excited. Kids are jumping around. We miss them. We talk to them online, and it's just their family. They spend a lot of time with us. And, Coach Guzman, he's got a lot of pressure this year. He's got a great defense coming back. He's got the majority of his defense coming back. So I told him, it's bad enough that he had the best defense in the Valley last year. I told him, should I expect it this year too? So, he does a great job. You guys know that. You guys see our defense every year. Our special teams are great. Our offense is just good enough to control the ball. And, we play great defense here at Wesco East. And Coach Guzman and Coach Villarreal and Coach Perriman and Coach Pedraza, those guys have been here forever. And, we lost Mikey G, our inside linebacker coach, to Donna. We're missing 3 defensive coaches right now. And, we're a little worried about that because Coach Gonzalez Adana took our outside linebacker coach with him, and we had a coach go to border patrol. So we're hoping the district helps us out and, allows us to hire a couple. We got 2 great coaches ready to come in, and we're hoping we can get those guys hired any day and, strengthen our staff up to help WISD. Not only great coaches, the coaches I left was good coaches and they was great in the classroom. And the 2 guys that we want to bring in are really good in the classroom, and they're really good, on the field, proven to be great on the field. So, go back to your question, with Coach Guzman here in my office, you can tell that this is his off day, but he's in here working, trying to get stuff done, trying to put the best, our kids in the best situation possible. So that just tells you what kind of coach he is and what he expects out of his defensive coaches.
All right, and I guess here's the prop bet. I want to put this out there. Your first play of the year on offense, pass or run?
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak. Okay,
that's what I'm known for. I mean, everybody says we run it 20 times a game. So if you're going to bet on it, I'd say quarter. You know what? We might air it out a little bit more this year. I always say that, though. We never do it. We think we got some great running backs coming back. I got a huge offensive line coming back that I'm sort of excited. So, I think we got 3 quarterbacks coming back that I'm telling you guys. Are they Ramsey? I don't ask my kids to be a Ramsey. I ask them to be, who they are. And I think we got 3 good ones coming back that can throw and run the ball. So we're sort of excited. We got, we're going to develop some receivers. We at Wesco East in the past, the only time we throw the ball is when we pitch it backwards on toss. But, a pretty safe bet would probably be if I was betting quarterback sneak.
All right, and okay, I always lie and say it's going to be my last question. This will be my last question. You guys made the playoffs 13 years in a row. And from where you guys were when I first started covering football, that's huge. But what would it mean to you, again, to go, multiple rounds deep? Because, you talk about winning district, but making the playoffs and making a long run is more important. What would that mean to you if you guys are able to do it where you guys go 3 rounds?
Well, in the last 10 years, and it was funny because I guess people go by, records. The coaches with the most 10 wins. I don't do that. At Wesco East, we've been very fortunate in 10 years. The last 10 years, six times we've been 3 deep. 7 times we by district champs. So that tells you a lot about the program. This year, if we could do it again, it's special because if we're able to make the playoffs in the first case, we have to go straight to Corpus, and we're playing GP, Corpus, the veterans, I'm trying to think of all the teams, but they're Victoria East, Victoria West. You talk about some great football. So we're going straight out of the valley. But you know what? We have played those teams. We have played the Del Rio, the Victoria East, Victoria West, which were 1-0, 1-0 against those two. We played Corpus Christi Ray, which we beat them. We beat some good teams. We've ran into Westlake last year. The year before that, Cibolo Steel. The year before that, Cibolo Steel. The year before that, Cibolo Steel. Sort of tired of seeing Cibolo Steel. It's something that, we were sort of happy about is our first game last year was Manor. And we beat those guys. And we were semi-healthy at the time. I can't say we was healthy. And we was hurting after that game. And we lost 3 straight and then come back and ran the table and then went 3 deep. But Manor went 4 deep. So, and they're in 5A, the same class we're in. So, that doesn't mean anything, though. We still got to play. We lost some great defensive players. We lost some great offensive players. It's time to rebuild and see which kids want to step up. I'm praying, like everyone else, that this COVID-19 gets under control, and sooner or later, as a country, we can put it in our rearview mirror and get back to being normal in life. But until then, our first concern is our kids' safety, my coach's safety, my trainer's safety. Not only the kids. When our kids come, you got to think of their parents, their grandparents, and stuff that they go home to. So I'm hoping we do have a season. Nothing's for sure yet. I know that baseball now is taking a second look, and they could call the season at any time too. So. If we do have a season, I'll tell you one thing, Wesco East will be ready. Wesco East will hit you. Wesco East will fly around and play good football.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today, and best of luck, and we'll see you next month at the end of the month.
Jake, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure talking to you. You guys do a great job. You guys promote all the sports here in the Valley, and I want to thank you for everything you do.